I watched this movie and I see how much you love and respect Paul Walker's legacy. You can see some things in this movie. Do you believe there is any chance we can see him returning with help of CGI to closure? Hi, Mr. Lin. You guys have been so many places with the franchise, including Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. There's any other country or maybe a planet you like to take the franchise to?
It's interesting because I think at any time before we do one of these films, I just kind of get on a plane and I just fly around the world, and with our film, it's so unique. It's not like other franchises. We actually need to close down a lot of times blocks and blocks, and we need a lot of cooperation. And it's always amazing who we find as partners. And I've been talking to Vin a lot about kind of our final chapter, what we want to do. Our hope is to be able to find great people that will allow us to be able to inconvenience them by closing down the streets for like a week or two to be able to bring some of these big set pieces to life.
E aí, como é que vai ser?
Rápido.
Nice. Which other franchise do you think would be perfect to do a crossover with the Fast and Furious?
I think that Fast is so unique. I think, we when we started, we didn't know where we were going to go. We didn't even know if we were going to have a sequel. So, our goal is that anytime we can earn another one, let's keep pushing ourselves and let's not repeat the same thing over and over. Let's try to see where we can take ourselves and evolve and keep growing.
I heard that they're trying to do a female spin-off. Is that true? Do you like to direct that movie?
I think that, Fast now, as we speak, there's so many great, compelling characters. And, I think Fast 9, I'll use as an example. I feel like there's 5 movies in there. And I actually have like separate almost scripts, where it's following Han, or is it, young Dom and Jacob. There's so many of these different narratives, and it's so rich. And that my hope is that, we're going to be able to keep growing and exploring together with all these characters.
I watched this movie and I see how much you love and respect Paul Walker's legacy. You can see some things in this movie. Do you believe there is any chance we can see him returning with help of CGI to closure?
Obviously, Paul and also Brian is such a huge part. He's the heart and soul of how we were able to kind of keep going. And so that's something that I take to heart and I think about, every day. I think on F9, but as we're approaching our final chapter, it's a conversation I'm having and trying to be, as respectful in how we approach it. And I could tell you that every day I feel like I'm constantly going back and forth, and it's a constant discourse. But I know that, the decision to have his character be a light in the universe, happened when I wasn't part of this franchise, and I want to also really respect, that decision. And so it is something that I have to feel, good and confident, in whatever we hopefully end up doing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lin. I hope you can come back to Brazil to shoot some scenes to the last movie. I would love that. Is that any chance?
Me too. No, yeah, for sure. Like we're always, it's interesting when we're doing the script. We're always looking at a lot of the connections, and obviously Brazil is such a strong part of why we're here. And so there's definitely a lot of talk, and personally I've always loved to be able to get back to Brazil.
We are the